As American soldiers fought across Europe during World War II, they became the ultimate souvenir hunters, capturing everything imaginable from the battlefields on which they fought. In today's video, we're going to explore the story behind these two helmets, which were brought back from Germany during World War II by technician 5th grade Julius Haberman, who served in the 69th Infantry Division. The helmet here on my left is probably one of the most recognizable symbols of World War II, the German Stahlhelm. This particular helmet is an M42 Stahlhelm combat helmet, model 1942, and was the last major mass-produced German helmet during the war. There's a few interesting characteristics about this helmet which make it interesting, besides the story of how it was captured. Now, from first glance, we can see that this helmet is painted in a field gray color, which is pretty typical of the later war German helmets which were produced. And there are no decals present on either side of this helmet, as were with earlier models like the M35 or the M40. Now, a few other features on the outside of this helmet that you can see include the string, which stretches the entirety of the helmet and loops around the underside, as you can see here. And this actually had a pretty practical purpose from its original owner, the German soldier who wore this. It would have been used to put leaves and brush and other foliage as a form of camouflage for the owner. And you see these on some German helmets from the period, and the material in which this band is constructed is often a metal wire or a full chicken wire cover on the helmet. But this particular German soldier used a string, perhaps a shoestring or something similar, to use as a way to camouflage himself in a combat environment. As we switch to the underside of the helmet here, you can see that the liner and the chin strap are present. And the owner's initials, the German soldier's owner's initials, FK, are also present on the inside of the liner here. This particular helmet was captured, like I mentioned, by Julius Haberman, and he mentioned that this was taken somewhere around the Siegfried Line, likely in March or April of 1945. And during our interview, Julius told me that this came from a German soldier who didn't need it any longer when he took it as a souvenir. And for the rest of the war, he carried this with him before sending it home towards the end of the war. And as a testament to Julius's story that this came from a fallen German soldier, there's actually the remnants of blood around the edge of the liner here towards the front and in the sides of this helmet, which just goes to show, the oftentimes brutal situations in which these souvenirs came into the hands of the American GIs who captured them, and how they eventually brought them back to the United States later on.
We got into Germany, and from then on, it was a very warm situation. We got into, let's see, Cologne. I think that was the first city that we got into, German city we got into, Cologne. Stayed there, take it for a couple of days, and then started our march through Germany. We went through central Germany all the way to Leipzig, which was the third largest city in Germany, and which we captured in March of 45. I don't remember exactly how I got it, but I know it came from a German soldier who didn't need it any longer, and I kept it. And let's see, where were we? We were not far. We were in central Germany. I carried it for a long while. And then sent it home.
The second helmet which you see here is actually a German fireman's helmet. It's not from World War II, and likely not from the World War I period either. It's likely late 1800s, perhaps 1880s, 1890s, and it probably came out of a home or somewhere in Germany is what Julius remembers from that period. It's got a small metal badge on the front here, an interesting spiked shape towards the top and the back. and it has a little bit of a liner and the remains of the liner string as well. So not as iconic of a helmet as the M42 Stahlhelm, but nevertheless a souvenir that Julius brought back and considered to be an important memento of his service during World War II.
Oh, this thing here. A minute, let me hold it right. Let's see. This here, I must have gotten, I don't recall where I got it from. Must have been from some home that I was in that we were going through or something. But I had no idea what it is and what era it was. I knew it wasn't the Second World War. And just was interesting. It's a shame because it had a visor around it here that went into these. There was more to it that got destroyed or got lost or something. But it had like a little strap that would come down from these two knobs here.
Now, this is one of many videos we're going to be doing on this channel about souvenirs of war that were captured during World War II, both in Europe and in the Pacific. So if you're interested in learning more about the artifacts in our collection and seeing more of these videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below.